So, Pafko on the wall. I keep wanting to say Kafka on the shore because that Pafko almost rhymes with that. But yeah, it's a little something different. Don DeLillo, obviously. Um, I'm not sure when he wrote this. Probably early 2000s, maybe. It's a short story. I actually listened to a long kind of performance by it of three actors, I believe, did it. I believe it was Tony Shalhoub, um, and Zachary Levi and Billy Crudup. And yeah, it was like a pretty energetic performance that I heard audibly. I didn't get to see, I didn't well I could I guess you could see it on look it up, but I just heard the audio version. But anyway, so yeah, it concerns it's like a piece of sports writing essentially, and Don DeLillo, being the famous New Yorker that he um, is probably a big kind of on that like the Dodgers. I believe like I don't know if it was Jackie Gleason. He talks about it's called like the subtitle of the shot heard around the world. So it's basically talking about in 1951 the and he also in an interesting way he also kind of ties in J. Edgar, or comically called by another character, Jedgar Hoover. And I believe there's like a weird kind of conspiracy underlying it with the Russians and a uh, bomb, not necessarily a nuclear bomb, oh, an atomic bomb that they've tested. And Sinatra's passes through here and there. And it's all supposed to take place, I think. This atomic bomb is supposed to have been tested in raw. Um, and yeah, Russ Hodges, yeah, he's the announcer, and he's like very energetic and very alacrity, a lot of alacrity and just like dynamism in his voice. You know, but yeah, then it's all underscoring this thing of like this bomb that's about to happen, which also reminded me, kind of like White Noise, where there's like all these kind of almost like or a bit of pinch on to Thomas Pynchon, where there's a bit of like kind of a kind of focus on kind of the very details of like certain things that are happening, the mundane that are happening, and um, the mundane things are all kind of you know whether it's like watching TV or going to the grocery store, where the grocery store kind of serves like in White Noise as kind of almost like this confluence point of like like almost like a religious kind of devotion, like almost like a menacing kind of monk, like people like going there, but like just to serve, like just to kind of buy and do this. You get a similar thing here with like there's like a kind of a greasy thing, like people getting their greasy hamburgers and fries, and they're getting like Coca Cola, and like all the gum is like like the very like detailed descriptions of just like like the gum sticking to like the shoes and like the floor and like kind of accumulating. Yeah, just very very great kind of. At first I was thought I was going to be kind of bored by it because I'm not a fan of sports whatsoever. So when I heard that it was like, oh wait, I was like, I thought Pafko was supposed to be a I didn't even know he was a baseball player. I didn't know he was a like a um I thought he was just a fictional character. And I did hear that this is one of the this kind of thing, kind of motif of like baseball in this particular game, I think shows up in Underworld by also by Don DeLillo, which I've yet to read. But yeah, so yeah, Jackie Gleason is like it's supposed to be like around the ninth inning, I think, and it's like gets very intense, and like they're all Russ Hodges is like ecstatic, and yeah, it's just all this stuff is like it's like it's meant to be like a kind of do or die. Like it's like it's described as if it's like the apocalypse, which in some ways it's like or like not necessarily where it's like almost like a biblical sense. Is that's where the comedy arises of it. And yeah, I thought I was like the whole time I was pretty on the edge of my seat, almost like listening to it. I was like thoroughly entertained, I will say. But yeah, the only thing is yeah, I just don't know all that much about sports, so um, yeah, there's so I think like with this, there was some of it reminded me of Pynchon too, with the whole like rockets, like the V2 rockets of like Gravity's Rainbow, and how that underscored, how that was like basically the main pinnacle of the with all the phallic references, like sundry, far, like just completely throughout the whole thing. There's like characters like Slothrop, and there's different kind of zodiac kind of 21 cycle. I think chapters I think in the book that are meant to symbolize the Chinese zodiac. So yeah, there's a lot of with that. I got the sense with like Don DeLillo too is probably took some inspiration from Pynchon. So anyway, but yeah, that is all I have for Pafko on the sorry Pafko at the Wall, and yeah, thanks for watching.